Hi viewers, this is Conversations with Luke, volume 15, and I've got a pair of glasses on today because I'm starting to struggle a little bit to see small things like small print in front of me. I think it's more to do with the poor light than it is the poor eyesight. I don't really rate these modern fluorescent lights that we use, these energy savers. I like the good old Edison light bulb, the ones that really were bright, because you've got a light bulb but it doesn't really illuminate the page. So I bought these glasses from a chain of pharmacies, and they're level 1, and they're really make things look big. I got off the tube with them and I nearly tripped over. I didn't mind the gap because it's different and I wasn't used to it. And they are reading glasses and not just for walking around. What I'm going to speak to you guys about today is sobriety, being sober, not drinking any alcoholic beverages, not taking any pharmaceutical or illegal substances. I'll give you a little bit of a history. I come from a family of drinkers. My father drank a lot. My grandparents drank a lot. And there's evidence to suggest that if you have a history of drinkers in your family, you can become a drinker. Not only because you're imitating and emulating and mimicking what you see your parents and siblings and family members do, but also there's apparently some kind of genetic link between that. I've drunk for many years, and I've realised, and I might use a naughty word here, it's fucked my life up. Drinking alcohol is and has been absolute garbage. And it's not until things happen and certain decisions have to be made. And what's the common denominator here? You work a heavy job, a physical job, a demanding job, and it becomes a habit, a social thing. You pop in the pub, have a couple of pints, unwind for the day, or you come in, you do a bit of cooking, a glass of wine, which leads to a bottle of wine. A few pints can lead to 5 or 6 pints. It's easy done. And I know a lot of people, because I frequented pubs, that spend every day in the pub. It becomes their outlet, their life. And there's good evidence to suggest, having spoken to medical professionals, people that know, that understand the human body, psychologists, doctors, very good friends of mine. One chap is a psychologist. He's got a doctorate in psychology. Another good friend of mine who I work with was a psychiatrist, doctor. Another good friend of mine is an Oriental medical professor. He's a doctor of alternate medicine. And there's hard evidence to suggest that a lot of people that drink, they're not exactly craving the alcohol, they're actually craving the sugar in the alcohol. Because my understanding is that over 90% of the population have a sugar addiction. Parasites that live within the gut desire sugar. Now, if you don't believe me, try not eating sugar, anything with sugar or yeast, for 3 days. You will be climbing the walls. So that's no bread, that's no crisps, that's no donuts, snacks, no sugar in your coffee, sugar in your tea, no chocolate, no yeast and no sugar. Fruit, you can have 2 pieces of fruit a day. No juices, no Coke, no orange juice, carrot juice, vegetable juice, no tomato juice. Try it. You know, on these 12-step programs, I've never joined one, but I read about one in a book by Norman Vincent Peale. And there was a guy that was an alcoholic, and I believe in this book it says something about, you know, when people wanted a drink, they'd go and have a bar of chocolate or some sweets. And I know people that have drunk and have done the same. They alleviate the craving by having a bar of chocolate or a bar of candy, as they would say in America. Now, what noticeable effects have I experienced since not drinking? Well, firstly, the calamity, the life event that happened really shook me to my core. And I spoke with my sister, who's a very, very intelligent and wise woman. And she said to me, "Luke, I haven't drunk a drop for 5 weeks. I've never felt better." I have another friend, who I won't mention his name here because he won't appreciate it, but we were good buddies and we'd meet every Sunday for hours talking about stuff. Quietly, because it was quite strange, and it was a conversation that only he could have with me and I could have with him. And there were many nights, many afternoons even, where we'd had so much to drink we could hardly walk home, and I'd often carry him home. And we'd meet up the next day in the cafe and have a fried, greasy breakfast. So not only were we wasting money on alcohol, but we were wasting money on takeaways and then fried, greasy breakfast the next day. He quit alcohol, which is going from somebody who was spending £700, British pounds sterling, per month on alcohol in the pub. And it's easy done because he was done by 2 o'clock every day. His job, he was very fast, very efficient. Go next some beer, and then he'd maybe carry on with a few cans later. And then the weekends, football, etc. And he said to me, "Luke, since I've stopped drinking," which is now 5 years he's been sober, he said, "it's like playing life on easy." And what have I experienced? It's like playing life on easy. My mood's changed. I'm happier. I don't get as frustrated and annoyed at the things that used to irritate me with other people. And there's a saying, people say, "Oh no, no one can upset you, you have to upset yourself." No. Someone can piss me off. They can upset me, and they can upset you. They can hurt you. They can hurt your feelings. "Oh no, but you have to let it happen." Okay, let's see how long you can last doing that. However, the same things are happening, and I'm still getting a similar emotional response as most people do to an affront or somebody diminishing me or exerting their power over me or trying to. But I can observe myself, and the reaction is a lot more rational, and I don't care. A lot of the things I used to care about, I don't care about anymore. So I don't feel the need to go and buy a bottle of wine or go and have a beer. I come in, I have a cup of coffee, cook some dinner, I go to bed and I sleep throughout the night. I don't wake up at 3 in the morning every morning, wide awake, bang, because the liver, the body is battling, because I haven't consumed, as I was consuming, a toxin. People say carcinogenic. Yeah, it's full of sugar, it's bad. Sugar feeds stuff that we don't want to be feeding. Now, I'm not here to say, don't do this, don't do that. I'm sharing. I feel terrific. I feel I've saved a ton of money to start with, right? Because it's pennies to brew beer. brew alcohol, pennies. But it costs a fortune. And what else does it cost you? We've all experienced or know of people that families have been ruined, broken up by alcohol. And I've had some of the greatest opportunities that I've worked towards, I've battled towards, I've fought for, I've been brave. And they've been just within grasp. I think, yeah, this is it, I got it in the bag this time. And the whole thing's gone wrong every time. And I believe a lot of it is attributed to, and a lot of people are going to switch off now. But for me, attribute it to my lack of control in the consumption of alcoholic beverages. Had I not celebrated a win by drinking 2 bottles of red wine, maybe the next day I would have made better choices. Maybe the next day I would have been functioning and firing on all cylinders, because you're not as productive when you've been drinking. I'm sharing my experience from my point of view. How do we measure success in life? Is it money? Is it family? Is it friends? Because I tell you what, you lose your money, you lose your family, you lose your friends, what else? Your job. You're not really much good at that if you're going in with a stinking hangover every day. So, how do I feel? I feel good. It's not been easy, because up to this point, up to the point of deciding, that's it, it's not for me, it was hard, it was a struggle. And I don't profess to have any special gifts or talents. However, some people are born certain ways, and I've been blessed to be able to give stuff up, have a really strong willpower, and some people say it's stubbornness. Where if I say no, that means no. So, I'm living life on easy. I'm happier. I'm definitely healthier. I look better than I ever have done. I've got more energy. I'm sleeping well. I'm not irritable. I'm not misjudging situations, people. And I'd like to think that I'm not making poor choices. Decisions are different. Someone told me once, any decision you make will be wrong. So, anyway, viewers, that's just a little insight into my journey of sobriety. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you haven't yet done so, please like and subscribe, and I hope you sleep well.